I love it when I can come on this channel and share exciting and good news, and today I have some more of it. This time it's in regards to Chevrolet, and thanks to my friends down in the South, I have some video and pictures to show you today of new Chevy Silverado refreshed 2022 Chevy Silverados arriving on dealership lots. I'm so excited to share a ZR2 with you today. Not to mention, we're going to go to a little bit of a GMC quickly as well, and there's an AT4 I want to show you a couple things about as well. So with that, let's get going. So first of all, if you didn't know this, we are currently going to be selling two different variations, two different versions of the Chevy Silverado truck for this model year. And basically, if you go into a dealership now, for the most part, what you're going to see on the lot is what they call the 2022 Chevy Silverado Limited, LTD, all right? That is a carryover truck until these new refresh trucks, which we're going to talk about today, start arriving. And the 2022 Limited, by the way, pardon me, is the same as the 2021 or prior basically to 2019 Chevy Silverado in terms of looks, interior, exterior, all that kind of stuff. There's really no changes to the 2022 Limited. The change is the one we've been waiting for and excited to announce that are finally starting to arrive at dealership lots is the refreshed version, and there's a bunch of changes to that. We're going to go over what the changes are. And I have an awesome ZR2 to show you today. And I'm very thankful to my good friends at James Wood Motors down in Decatur, Texas. I think I'm saying that right. For sharing with me today these images and a video of the ZR2. But first, before we get to that ZR2 and talk about some of the differences, I want to talk about a AT4 that they have. So on their dealership lot and in their showroom, they had an actual new refreshed GMC Sierra AT4, as you can see in the black. But one of the things I want to bring attention to is one of the things we've been talking about in terms of heated seats and cooled seats and heated steering wheel. The cool part, what I'm seeing with this truck, again, this is not a Denali, it's an AT4, and they were saying the Denali was going to come with all these features, but it looks as though one of these very first trucks coming out, which by the way is a Duramax, the 3-liter baby Duramax that they have in this AT4, is going to be coming, at least according to the showroom sheet they had. It's going to have heated seats, cooled seats, heated steering wheel, heated rear seats, and pardon me, not heated steering wheel, but heated seats, cooled seats, and heated rear seats, which I didn't think they were going to be getting. Heated steering wheel is not on the truck, but of course, as I talked about in my last video, these will be retrofitted for free. So if you don't get heated, ventilated seats or heated steering wheel, those will be free of charge when the parts come in. You go to your dealership, they will install them after the fact. But it was just nice to see that the heated, ventilated seats and heated rear seats were already in this AT4 truck. And then very quickly, in terms of what we're looking at as far as these new refresh trucks, how they differ from the current 2022 Limiteds or 21 Chevy Silverados that we have in our lots, is essentially you're getting a few different things. First and foremost, of course, the looks of the front end are dramatically different. Well, not dramatically, they are different, but dramatically different on the ZR2 model as it's more aggressive, and we're going to get to that in a second. But in terms of the looks of it, it has a little bit different grille, a little bit different headlights, where the fog light placement is, not on the ZR2, but another Silverado is, of course, a little bit different. So we are seeing a difference in terms of the front end cosmetics. Now, as far as the side of the truck, the rear end of the truck, all that stuff is pretty much remaining exactly the same as what we currently have. It's more of a front end cosmetic change. The bigger change, however, of course, is coming within inside the truck. And first and foremost, we're talking about over in the center, we have a 13.4-inch color touchscreen. That's going away from the 7 or 8-inch color touchscreens we currently have in our trucks. And then in front of the driver, we have, just over a 12-inch fully programmable digital display. So pretty cool. The fact that you can change it to different modes, different looks. Pardon me. I think there's about 4 of them in front of the driver. So that's kind of a neat thing. And then of course we are now looking down below between the driver passenger. We now have an electric console shift. That is something going to be coming in all the bucket seat models. If you get a bench seat model, let's say an LT, an RST, you're going to still have and retain the column shifter. You're still going to get all the new main screens, the big screen in front of you, the digital in front of the driver, but you're going to have a column shift. But of course, in the ZR2, there is only one option, and anything with the bucket seat, there's only one option, which is the center console shift. Now, as far as the ZR2, if you're following Chevy at all, you know this is a brand new model amongst the fact, or alongside the fact that this is a refresh Chevy Silverado to begin with. And first and foremost, a much more aggressive front end. You can see it's very much cut up in the front, less bumper treatment there, as you can see. In fact, those caps on the ends of that front bumper will come off. If you get packed with mud, they can take them off and put it back on. It's definitely designed for off-road, even as far as when you have the bow tie in the front, which I'm now calling the flow tie. It's open air can go through there, which is pretty cool. Very aggressive skid plates on the front, as you can see. You're going to have the 2-inch factory lift, much like we're seeing, of course, with the Trail Boss lineup of trucks. It's going to slot above the Trail Boss in terms of the features it has and the ability of options it has. But this truck, by the way, comes pretty much standard with most of the, comes standard basically the way you see it now. There's not a whole lot of things you can add to the ZR2. Again, as far as the ZR2 on the outside, again, 2-inch lift, you're going to have either Goodyear Wrangler Duratrack or Goodyear Wrangler Territory tires, depending if you go an 18 or a 20-inch tire. The 18-inch tire will be a Duratrack. The 20-inch tire will be the Goodyear Wrangler Territory. Another massive difference on the outside and underneath that truck is the Multimatic DSSV suspension, a super high-end suspension, which will give you a great ride on the road, but won't rattle your teeth out, a great ride off-road, but it won't rattle your teeth out when you're on the road, right? So oftentimes when you have an off-road suspension, when you're on the road, it's very stiff. The whole idea with the Multimatic DSSV is it reads the terrain and it gives you the appropriate ride, which is obviously something that we're all excited for. And then same with that off-road ability, we can head inside and show you a button, but basically now they have the fully locking front and rear differential, which we haven't offered on a truck aside from our Colorado ZR2. So something very excited for the full-size trucks out there to have that ability off-roading to truly lock in those front and rear differentials. And now as far as the ZR2 as well, just as a heads up, you are only able to get the ZR2 in the regular 5'8" box. You're not able to get it in the longer box like you are some of the other models. They're only going to be making it in that shorter 5'8" box. And of course, you can get it with the multi-flex tailgate, which is really cool. Obviously, the 6-position tailgate, which you can do multiple different things with. Now, heading to the inside, we've already talked about some of the things in the inside, but as far as the ZR2, some of the things I did notice would come in, in terms of the seats, for an example. So first of all, it's a new looking seat, a new color. Basically, what they're calling that seat color right now is the jet black with the gray stone. That's what the interior color is going to be called. By the way, if we didn't already mention, I don't think I mentioned this, but the exterior color, which I'm sure a lot of you are going to like, it's all the color they were using in all of the, Chevrolet, media stuff, is the Glacier Blue Metallic. So just as one more heads up on that. Now, as far as the interior, again, bucket seats are the only option, as I mentioned earlier in the video. So, of course, you're going to get that center console shift. Again, all the big screens. One of the other things I did notice, though, which is really kind of cool, is it is going to have ventilated seats as an option. So, if you get into Trail Boss, yeah, you might be able to get leather, but you can only get heated. In the ZR2, you have the cooled seats. Not to mention with the ZR2, you're also going to get the heads-up display. That is not an option in the Trail Boss. You're also going to get the rear vision camera mirror in the ZR2, which is a pretty cool feature. I don't know if you've ever seen that before. But obviously it's a full-time streaming camera in that rear view mirror. But again, the heads-up display, like I just mentioned, is really cool. The other thing I noticed too is it's going to have the power steering wheel. So when you have a memory seat option, it links up with that power steering wheel. And the power steering wheel in and of itself is pretty cool because, of course, it's telescopic as well as up and down for the tilt, if you want to call it that. So again, great look at this ZR2. The first one I've seen in the United States as far as arriving at a dealership lot. Once again, thanks to James Wood Motors in Decatur, Texas, for sharing with me these pictures, this video. I want to keep everybody posted. Of course, as soon as I get one on our lot at Pro Chevrolet in Sault Ste. Marie, Canada, I will most certainly be posting a video. That doesn't even matter what truck it is. If it's a new truck, I'll be posting that. But listen, as always, thanks so much for watching. Until the next video, everybody, take care.